Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we shall be talking about another question from IIT-JAM 2022 consisting of 1 mark, and this is a numerical answer type question. So in this question, they are asking if we have this as the given function in 3 variables. So that means we will be inputting 3 values here, x1, x2 and x3, and we'll be getting a single number that should be a real number. So when you solve and simplify this expression, your answer should be a single real number. Now if c is given to be some real number and k is some natural number, then if you evaluate this expression, x1 del u by del x2 plus 2 times of x2 del u by del x3, if you evaluate and solve this expression at this point t square t cube, then in that case whatever is the answer, that would be equal to c times t raised to power k for every value of t. So in the question they are asking exactly what is this power k. So in order to solve this question, this is a very simple question. If you know how to calculate the partial derivatives, then you are done. And because the expression here, the expression u is given to be somewhat typical with lots of powers here, so you have to make the calculations quite attentively, right? So let's start by first calculating del u by del x1 and then by del u by del x2. So we have to calculate both of these things. So let's start. Our u is given to be this function x1 x2 raised to power 4 x3 square minus x1 cube x3 raised to power 4 minus 26 x1 square x2 square x3 cube, right? So when you differentiate it partially, now here we require the derivative with respect to 2 and with respect to x3, right? So we'll be calculating exactly that, partial derivative with respect to x2 and partial derivative of u with respect to x3. So when we'll be calculating this thing, so let's see, we have x1 x2 raised to power 4 x3 square. Then in that case, let's differentiate it. It would be 4 times x1 x2 raised to power 3, right, x3 square. Here x1 and x3 would be treated as constant, so we will just be performing the derivative of this single term. So that would be 4 x2 raised to power 3. So 4 x2 raised to power 3. Moving on to the next term, here there is no x2, so its derivative would be 0. And here we have this term of x2, so x2 square, its derivative would be 2 times of x2, right? So 2 into 26, that would be equal to how much? 52, right? So 52 x1 square x2 and x3 cube as such, right? And when we perform the partial derivative of the same term with respect to x3, so it would be 2 times of x1 x2 raised to power 4, these terms as such, right? And the derivative of x3 square, it would be 2 times of x3. So moving on to the next term, here we have this as the variable term x3, so its derivative would be minus 4 times of x1 cube would be as such, right? And x3 raised to power 3, right? And moving on to the last term, we have to perform the derivative of this x3. So it would be minus 26 times 3. So how much would that be? It would be 78 x1 square x2 square and x3 raised to power 2 now, because we have performed the derivative. Now we wanted to evaluate this expression. So what is this expression? Let's have a look. So we'll be multiplying in order to evaluate x1 del u by del x2 plus 2 times of x2 del u by del x3. So it would be, we'll be multiplying whole of this thing by x1 and whole of this thing by 2 times of x2. And in fact, because we wanted to evaluate the things at t square t cube, let's first of all substitute the terms here. 4. So x1 is nothing but t. So what basically we will be doing here, so here instead of x1 we will be substituting t, instead of x2 we will be substituting t square, instead of x3 we will be substituting t cube. So let's see what do we have here. So your del u by del x2, that would be 4. Here we have t, here we have t square raised to power 3, so that would be 6, right? And here x3 is t cube raised to power 2, that would be t raised to power 6. So how much in total do we have here? So the power here we would have power 13, right? For the next term here, this term x1 is t, so t square. For x2 we have t square. For x3 we have t cube, so t cube raised to power 3, that would be t raised to power 9. So here again 9 plus 2 plus 2, that is again 52 times t raised to power 13. So you see the power here is similar, that is 13. And for this term, del u by del x3, so when we'll be substituting t here and t square here, so t square raised to power 4, that would be 8, and t cube is x3, that is t cube only. So 8 plus 3 plus 1, how much is that? That is 12. So we have the power 12 here, to 2 t to the power 12. For the next term, x1, that is t only, so t cube here. X3, that is t cube, so t cube raised to power 3, that is t to the power 9. So we have again the power as 12 here, and the last term minus 78. Here it would be t square. X2, because that is t square, so it would be t to the power 4, and here x cube is t cube, so t cube raised to power 2, that is t to the power 6. So you can add up all the powers here by the exponent rule. So we have again the power as 12. So what do we require here? We are required to calculate the power of this expression when it is simplified to the simplest term, right? So we have to multiply whole of this term by how much? x1. x1 is nothing but your t. So here I am writing x1, here I am writing t, right? And we have to multiply whole of this term by 2 times of x2. So 2x2, that here we have to multiply by 2. What is x2? x2 is t square, right? So let's see what do we have here. So when you multiply by t, we would be having some power t to the power 14. Here we would be having some power which is t to the power 14 only, right? So when you can add and subtract whatever is the number here, that does not matter, because we are in a hurry and we do not want to solve whole of the question, and we do not want here the value of c. Instead we want the value of k as the final answer. So here in fact your value of k is nothing but 14, as simple as that. We have not evaluated whole of the expression, that would consume time, so you can write here the answer as k, the value of k as equal to 14. So I hope you understood this question well. That is it for this video. Thank you for watching.